Hey guys. Woo. What is up, you guys? It is your girl Deja D, and by the title of the video you already know a little bit of what's going on. Hi guys, I'm in my PJs. If you are not watching and you're listening to us on Spotify, just vibe out. You might got to go to YouTube, check out what the vibes are giving. But today we have on PJs. Today we are drinking a nice little glass of wine. This is called Pink Moscato Sangria. That's the flavor that I'm drinking, and it is my favorite. I've never seen it anywhere in the liquor stores or anything like that, except for out here in Philly. So I'm not don't quote me, but if you ever see any Pink Moscato Sangria in the store, get it. But don't tell your homegirl to get it. Just keep it between us. You know what I mean? Keep it here because it's super good. And if it starts selling out, then we're going to have some problems. But yeah, what's up, you guys? I have on my onesie, my glasses. I am rocking a wig because it has been raining the last few weeks, and I'm trying not to perm my hair anymore, guys. So this is to keep the creamy crack away, okay? But what's up? I'm trying to get in my skincare bag. I'm nice and moisturized. I just hopped out the shower. And I'm really just trying to, I had to get pumped up to do today's video because, yeah, I just want to be consistent. So we're chilling today. We have on our PJs, we're drinking our wine, and I'm also going to be doing my press-on nails. I have these Sally Hansen press-on nails. I saw them today in Target, and I actually got 2 packs. So, oh, here's the other one. So if you're watching, you can see. I'm going to show you guys. But Target has this collaboration with, excuse if I pronounce it wrong, Diane von Futzpenberger. And she has clothes, or he has clothes or whatever. And I got these cute little press-on nails. And by the time you all are watching this podcast, I would have already been there. But I kind of, I'm not 100% sure. But I know I'm going on a date tomorrow, and I think we're going to a tulip garden, and she doesn't know that I'm she doesn't know what I'm wearing, but I plan on wearing my rain boots, and it's going to be kind of cold outside, which sucks because I'm ready for the spring, but I don't know. Oh, they do have nail glue in here. I didn't know if they had nail glue. So it's supposed to be 24 nails in here, and then they actually do have nail glue, which is good because I was going to have to whip out some of mine. So yeah, we're going to be doing these press-on nails while we are sipping on our wine and talking today. So yeah, if you're interested in seeing my date at the Tulip Garden and everything, make sure you're following me at Deja D. We went to the Museum of Illusions yesterday, and then we have plenty other things booked up this month for the rest of April. So if you're interested in seeing what your girl has been up to in Philly, go on ahead and do that. I am also I'm all over the place. I feel like I'm catching up with y'all. I tell y'all this, we're at the point now where it's we're catching up. So that's that. Your girl is planning to start waking up at 6 o'clock in the morning. And if you know me, I'm not a morning person at all, but I have a lot of goals I'm trying to reach. So I'm going to be getting my booty up earlier in the morning and seeing how productive I can be. They said it was a cuticle stick in here. Okay, here it goes. Sally Hansen kind of be taxing on the press-on nails, but at the same time, I think you pay for what you get, and this design is super cute. They got everything in here, so I don't know. We're going to see how long it lasts. We're going to see how long we last. But, yeah, if you're interested in seeing my series, my things to do in Philly this spring and summer series, make sure you're following me at Deja Z. Also, make sure you're following the blog at Deja's Daily Dose. I'm going to be posting some, super cute Instagram content. I've been doing very good on my TikTok, if I do say so myself. And just make sure you're following the Twitter because she will be popping one day. I'm so excited to start getting back to my vlogs, but I'm trying to wait until after I'm done with this season of the podcast. But enough with the chitter chatter. I'm just trying to set myself up. I wanted to show you all the press-on nails in the box before I bust it open. So now that we have that open, setting myself up for success. Okay, I cleaned my desk out this week, so I'm so much more organized. You cannot see my chaoticness. My room is a little more organized too. But yeah, I'm about to start sizing these nails up, but we're going to get into today's episode of the podcast. And make sure you're following us on all our social medias. I already said that. And make sure you give this video a thumbs up. A lot of y'all are tuning in and listening, but you all aren't liking. So make sure you're just liking the video. I really would appreciate it. But without further ado, let me tell you something. I give a fuck, but I really don't. And excuse my French. I'm gonna say that like because that's the best way I can describe it. As far as just using that strong of a word, like I don't give a fuck. And like I said, I won't be like cussing too much in this podcast. Like I just don't want to, but we're all grown here, right? Right? We're mature. And when I say I don't give a fuck, it's like I care about things. You know, I know that there are important things, but some stuff just isn't that important to me in my day-to-day life. And that's something that I had to learn growing up and adulting. Like, I understand that I need to be responsible, but it's kind of hard to be responsible with everything, you know. I need to be responsible. I need to wake up early, but I'm tired, and I need to eat healthy, but I like sweets, and I want clear skin, but I can't use too strong of products. And I need a good job, and I need to continue to grow and network and just do all of these things that I give a fuck about. Because yes, this is very much real life, you know, like you have to do progression and steps, you know, you can't just stay stagnant. But like, I really don't give a fuck too much about because I can't be control of everything. Okay, I had to do a little bit of my little nail steps off camera so I could like really focus on what I had to say. Underestimated how hard that was going to be, but now we are kind of like wiping. I filed them and like really prepped them. So I just like use the little alcohol pad, make sure all the excess is off my nails. And we're going to buff them and start gluing them on. I already buffed them like the main one, but I like to like leave it a little rough after really filing them off. So I feel like it helps it stick a little more. I've been doing this press-on thing for some years now. I used to get acrylics very often. So I kind of like switched to this when I was in college. And I felt like it was a good alternative. Saves you some money, but it was also like for my health of my nails because I felt like acrylic used to have my nails so brittle. Oh my god, I dropped the damn glue all the way over there. Okay guys, see, that just goes to show like the episode title, like I give a fuck but I really don't. Like we cannot be perfectionists. So as you all know, if you know, this podcast is tailored to everyone, but specifically Black women growing in their 20s. And Black women, we have this thing where we have so much pressure from society and we make it to where we have to be like the perfect person and we want like a perfect world. And we need to free ourselves from the shackles of that, trying to have all this control and trying to have this perfect everything. And oh, my life is so perfect and I'm so safe and I'm so this and I'm so that and I have it all and I, you know, just have everything all figured out. Like you can't give a fuck that much. That will cause you so much stress, so much anxiety. And this episode is kind of similar to episode 2 of this season called What Do I Even Want to Do, where we have this idea of like where we're supposed to be at a certain point in our life. If you haven't watched episode 2 of season 2 of the podcast, or if you haven't listened to that, definitely give it a check out. And the more of that was overall just releasing control when it came to figuring out what you want to do career-wise in your life. Life is going to take you on so many different paths, so many different things, so many ups and downs. And so it's okay if step 1 doesn't look like what you thought it was going to look like. Step 1 might not be what you thought it was going to look like. And it's not your responsibility to have everything figured out to the T. That's just not the reality of life. And that's not a problem either. You know, you have to embrace the ups and downs of life. So yeah, in this episode, we're going to be talking about releasing control on all aspects, career included, but more specifically on just outside things in this perfect world that we just cannot force ourselves to give a fuck about too much. You know, as a society, we have become okay with a lot of things that we should not be okay with. Raising rent, laws being revoked, inflation, baby mama culture. And at the end of the day, I care about these things. I care about, you know, why did you all, you know, stop with abortion laws? Why are you all raising rent? Why is inflation going up? What's going on overseas and, wars and things like that? I care about that stuff. I'm informed about the stuff. I want to know about what's going on. But I have to release control over these things. I give a fuck, but I really don't. I can sit here and complain about taxes being taken out of my check every single week, and then we have to turn around and pay taxes again annually. I can complain about my car insurance being X amount of money, but if I need something done, I still need to pay a deductible. I might as well not go to my insurance because they might raise it. I can sit here and talk about how the government does this and does that, and how my boss does this and does that, and how groceries in the US are worse than overseas. Yet I cannot change the entire world. And as a Black woman in my early 20s who has her own day-to-day things to go through, I cannot add saving the US population on my list. I literally cannot. I truly just don't. I just can't give a fuck about it that much. I can't. And I think it's important that we have conversations about that because, we are constantly pushed the news. We are constantly pushed all of these different things and want to be Captain Save-A-Ho. And I can't put on my magic cape every single day. I remember when I was younger, we used to watch the news, but like not too much. But I remember when I was younger and the news used to come on, it used to scare me. Like it used to scare me to watch the news. And you see like, especially like your local news, and it's like gas stations that you go to all the time or stores that you go to all the time. And it's like, when you know what's going on, in your community, it kind of be scaring you. It's like, hold on, y'all robbing people, y'all killing people, y'all really doing all of this, or it's fires breaking out. And I used to just get scared all the time, and it builds anxiety and just fear. It puts unnecessary fear in my life because, child, I know how to scare myself enough. I know how to be like, I think I heard a noise. I think I heard a noise, y'all. Did you hear that? Did you hear that? I could freak myself out real easy. And it kind of is like the same thing here where we're pushed the news, and there's a lot of stuff going on today. Shit, yesterday I woke up, and y'all know I live in Philly. I woke up and I did some meetings, and then I came downstairs because I was doing laundry, and I'm folding my clothes sitting on the bed, and then it's just like, do you feel that? Like, do you feel that? And it was a freaking earthquake. It was an earthquake in Philly. If you're not in Philly, or in the tri-state area of like Philly, New Jersey, New York, you probably don't know. Or like, if you just don't know, then now I'm telling you that there was an earthquake in New Jersey. And there's just so much going on from like, we had an earthquake. It was raining 3 days. Monday's a solar eclipse. Like the day that this episode comes out, it's a solar eclipse. And, there's just, it's just a lot going on in the world. We got inflation. We got the bridge that just fell in Baltimore. If you don't know about that, you have to be aware. You have to be aware of what's going on, and you have to be informed, and you have to be alert. However, in the same breath of me saying these things, it's also good to note to protect your peace. Pray and don't have any worries. This episode is not long at all. I think it's more of like a PSA, and I think that I'm trying to like normalize like everything doesn't need to be super dragged out. Some messages don't need to be super dragged out. It's very straight to the point. Like I said, we talked a lot about it in episode 2 of this podcast in this season 2. So make sure you all check out episode 2 if you have not already, because it's very similar to that. As I finish up my nails, this is what they're looking like. And we're finishing up this episode. Like I said, it didn't need to be long. We sit here, we talk about everything here. We talk about a little bit of everything here and everything that goes with navigating life in our early 20s. And I think that, you all understand, we've talked about, you need to leave home, and, traveling is important. And we've talked about, making a plan for your life, and, making sure you are down to like career and like making sure you are making steps and improvements and growing in that aspect. And we've talked about relationships, and we've talked about, gaining weight, and we have a lot more episodes to talk about. We're having 25 episodes this season, and we're on episode 14. So we've talked about a lot, and we have a lot more to talk about. And I wanted to make sure that we did talk about, just overall giving a fuck, but not really giving a fuck. And it just ties back into mental health. So I challenge you all to release yourself from the responsibility of having, like, trying to save the world. There's a lot going on in the world. There's a lot going on that we just do not have control over. And give a fuck about it, but don't give too much fucks about it. Pray and walk by faith, not by sight, and truly just live your life and live it beautifully and enjoy what you're doing. Everything's going to be fine. Trust in God, or whoever you trust in. I trust in God, but trust in his plan and truly trust him. And remember that you're not guaranteed tomorrow. So just live for today. Anything you want to do, make sure you get it done today. And yeah, thank you all for watching this week's episode. I challenge you all to release yourself from the responsibility of something. And you could comment what that is below, or we can keep it cute, and let me know what shows you all are watching. Let's be really interactive. I just got finished watching Lupin as well as Run's House, and I'm starting up Bear with the dude from Shameless. So we're starting that up, and I'm also watching Sex and the City. They put the TV show on Netflix. So I'm like a few episodes in. I was like binge watching it the other day when I was straightening up my room. I went through my makeup, cleaned that out. I went through this desk that I'm sitting at, cleaned this out. So yeah, I'm like kind of getting organized, and I told you all this week I'm going to start waking up at 6 o'clock in the morning, so that way I could like try to go to the gym before I go to work in the morning. So yeah, we're like slowly adulting and getting our schedule and stuff together. But I love you all, and make sure you're following me, your host, Deja Z. I'm going to have some cute content from the tulip fields tomorrow. And I know I'm going to be cold, but I'm going to be cute. I might just try to suck it up a little bit. Like, I'm going to be warm enough. I'm going to like layer, but like at the end of the day, I want to be cute. And I don't want to wear my coat. So, I got to eat some sick. But yeah, you guys. I got something else I want to tell y'all, but I think I'm going to wait till next week. So you got to tune in. Next Monday's episode is called You Are What You Surround Yourself With. So make sure you all have your notifications on if you're listening to Spotify, if you're listening to Apple Podcasts. Hey guys, you kind of missed out on the pajama party, but I love you all over there as well. Make sure you all, I have a poll on like Spotify that I know it's like, how did you like today's episode, or whatever the case may be. So just let me know what you all think about that, and engage with me over there if you can and if you must, and make sure you're following us. And also rate us. You can rate the podcast on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. So like go ahead and add us like 5 stars, 4 stars, 3 stars. We're trying to keep it in the 4 and the 5. And my mama told me if you ain't got nothing nice to say, don't say nothing at all. So anywho, but yeah, I love you all. Let's chat, follow me, and let's comment. I want to see, I seen somebody like, I went to this meeting or whatever, and the girl was like, oh, I listened to your podcast. And like, people be commenting, so I love when you all comment, and I be responding back to y'all. So make sure you comment so I know who is listening to the podcast. But I love you all, and I will see you all next Monday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.